E.N.D here. With the release of War of the Spark, we have lost our main antagonist. We have lost our main villain. In the last more than couple of sets in Magic the Gathering, we have seen that the villain and antagonist of Magic the Gathering was Nicol Bolas. We have seen various sets building a story around Nicol Bolas building an army, building his master plan, so that at the end, through the Elder spell, he can gain power that would make him a god. Nicol Bolas lost in War of the Spark. He was disparked by the Elder, by the Eternal Gods, and thanks to Liliana that betrayed Nicol Bolas and helped the Gatewatch, thanks to Liliana, that her general, Nicol Bolas was defeated and was sent in the Prison Realm. Nicol Bolas was sent in the Prison Realm. It is a realm that planeswalkers that lose their spark go, and therefore because they don't have the spark of the planeswalker, they cannot leave this realm. As I said, with War of the Spark, we have lost our villain, our antagonist, and therefore, who will be the villain, the antagonist of the future sets of Magic the Gathering? There are quite a good number of candidates. The first two that pops in mind are Erza and Yawgmoth. Erza and Yawgmoth were the protagonists of the first set of Magic the Gathering, where we had Erza, the first and most powerful planeswalker that was trying to stop the Phyrexian invasion. The Phyrexian were led by Yawgmoth, and we have quite a good number of sets covering that story. I believe that both candidates, Erza and Yawgmoth, will not be in future sets of Magic the Gathering, just because those stories have passed, and I don't think we'll go back to those times. Therefore, we leave Erza and Yawgmoth out. My speculation, and this is only my speculation, was that Gideon, our beloved Gideon, will be the next villain in Magic the Gathering. There were a couple of good points that will make him a villain. One of them is the Black Blade that will consume you and you will go on the dark side of your powers. But you have to remember that in War of the Spark, Gideon sacrificed himself to save Liliana, thus saving and winning the War of the Spark. Because Gideon sacrificed himself, he gave his immortal, indestructible power to Liliana. He was burned down from the curse of the Chain Veil, and obviously we know that Gideon went to the heaven of Theros, and there he met his companions that he had accidentally killed when his spark ignited. Therefore, I don't think that Gideon will be a villain, but I still believe that both Nicol Bolas and both Gideon can make a comeback in Magic the Gathering future sets. Just because you have to remember that Liliana is a necromancer, therefore can bring someone from death back to life, and we know that Nicol Bolas have multiple times during the story of Magic the Gathering managed to rebirth himself. Therefore, I believe that both of them will make a comeback in Magic the Gathering, but not in the near future sets. Therefore, who's going to be the villain? I have read some news that it could be Garruk. Garruk, one of the planeswalker missing in the recent set of Magic the Gathering. I believe that Garruk will feature in Modern Horizons. I did a video covering that story too. Therefore, and also considering that Garruk is a mono green planeswalker, I don't think that he will be a villain. Unless we combined him with the black mana, and therefore we can say that he's corrupted and could be a villain. But I am excluding that Garruk will be the villain in Magic the Gathering. Therefore, only one and last candidate is left, and that is Phyrexia. The Phyrexians, we have seen that the Phyrexians have been always an antagonist in Magic the Gathering. They have been always the villains, they have been always fighting against the good, and therefore I believe that Phyrexia or the Phyrexians will be the next villains in Magic the Gathering. I believe that we will go back on Phyrexia, on new Phyrexia. Here I have a nice sealed box of new Phyrexia. I believe that we will go back to new Phyrexia, and there we will see a fight to free Mirrodin from the Phyrexians. You have to remember that Mirrodin was transformed in new Phyrexia by the Phyrexians. Mirrodin is the home plane of Karn, and I will speculate, I will anticipate that the villains in the next and future sets of Magic the Gathering will be the Phyrexians, and therefore we'll see quite nice and very interesting sets based on new Phyrexia, and probably once the Phyrexians are defeated, we'll see that Mirrodin will proliferate again. Leave me a comment below. Who do you think will be the next villain in Magic the Gathering? And don't forget, here there is the subscribe button. Subscribe for more videos about Magic the Gathering and the collectible world.